Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am the potential doppelganger inferno that might be coming for you in the thick of the night. Jubidu.
And I am Tamaki's latest buff, Sober Oni.
Welcome back to the G&A podcast. So we talk about all things the good. We talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weak. How are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm good.
I'm actually fine. I was tired, and then I had some tea, and now I am somewhat awake. I am definitely awake. Caffeine makes me crazy, guys. I only drink half the cup, and I'm like, wow. So yeah. With that being said, let's get into our new segment called "This Week in Anime." So some pieces of news. One major piece that everyone should know by now is that Oscar Isaac from the recent Star Wars trilogy, is going to be playing Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid film. I think that is such a fantastic choice. Like, that is really great casting.
Truly. I hope this isn't a flop. I hope it's actually good. Please don't be like Resident Evil and Monster Hunter and all of this.
Or Star Wars.
Or Star Wars.
And I for one was enjoying the various amount of memes, where they're like implying that that Oscar Isaac is going to is a good choice because he's going to fill out the suit quite nicely. Apparently there's like a quote where he's saying like he couldn't fit into like certain sets when he was filming because of his, and I quote, his ethnic hit. And then and then there was like a shot of Snake, and then they're like, it all makes sense. So yeah, I enjoyed the memes when the news came out. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. I feel like I want to say like it's hard to mess this up.
Don't say that. It's very easy to mess everything up.
It's easy to mess everything up, but it's like this one there's no like super crazy effects that need to happen.
Literally, all they need to do is take the game and take the script from the game and just do that.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Metal Gear Solid's already a movie to begin with in a game format. Like, it's just,
if basically
you can just rip all the cutscenes from the game and make the movie.
Especially, which one was like basically a movie? What is it, 4 or 5 or both?
All of them. Well, I think 4 was like super long. Like, it was like, I think there was like a compilation of all the cutscenes on YouTube, and it was just like at least 4 hours or some shit. It's ridiculous. I think it was 4.
Oh my god, I mostly not want to play it. But that being said, I'm looking forward to it. Only because it's like, it's gonna be pew 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 with the gun, CQC. Right, like that stuff is like you just can't, like, I mean, yes, you can get it wrong, but it's like ugh. Like, you just have to make it's like, in my mind, it's just like a less impressive Michael Bay movie, in the sense that it's only gonna be one giant monster, which is like the Metal Gear. So it's like,
Yeah. I look forward to it either way. I hope they do a good job.
Good. I'm putting that good energy out into the air.
Good.
But yeah, Oni, what do you have?
So this is a slight bit old, but I did want to talk about it. The Demon Slayer movie has become the #2 all-time film in Japan. Not just animated film. It just beat out Titanic to become the second highest earning film of all time in Japan, with only Spirited Away sitting above it, according to Anime News Network. So I feel like first props to Demon Slayer for getting that much money, but I also feel like, I don't know, is it just me or is Demon Slayer really fucking overrated?
No, it is.
Like, it's good.
It is.
It's good. I love Demon Slayer. Nezuko is love. Nezuko's life. I loved it. But it's not like the second all-time grossing, like, you know what I mean? Like, it, I wouldn't even put it in the same league as Attack on Titan or something like that. So I don't know. It just feels weird to me that Demon Slayer,
You
like,
know,
of all the
I agree with
anime,
that. It's below Attack on Titan. I would
of
agree with that.
all the anime, Demon Slayer is the one that just like pops off to this incredible degree. Like we were talking before about the opening song. I'm indifferent towards the opening song, but apparently it's the best song of all time according to Japan.
Yeah, oh yeah, you lost me on that one. See, I was with you until you got to the opening, and I'm just like, I fucking love that opening.
It's not the
I,
best song of all time, so.
it's not the best song of all time, but I do love that opening. Definitely one of my favorites of 2019.
I'm just saying, I love the show. I just feel like the degree to which it's blown up and the degree to which people suck it off is kind of mind-boggling to me. I do want to see the
Yeah,
movie though.
yeah. Like I will reserve my judgments because I do want to just see the movie. Like see the movie. Maybe we should do like a live watch of the movie.
Maybe
Yeah,
if it gets
not,
translated.
not yeah, it does get translated.
I'm sure it
But
will,
yeah, yeah, of
because it's
course.
Demon Slayer. Of course it
They
will.
say, oh my god, I love you, Sarah, so much. Let me sit down and translate the whole movie. But
That was
yeah.
my news.
Okay, and I have one more piece of news. So according to Anime News Network, Sailor Moon Eternal Anime Films, uh, new video previews of transformation sequence for the Six Guardians.
Mm.
Um, so this is a 2-film project covering the whole season 4 of Sailor Moon, which is funny because that's the season I stopped watching. Like I just stopped because
Was
I
it
think for
that
me it was
bad?
just no, it wasn't bad. It was hard. First of all, it was hard for me to. Oh, maybe I should go back to it. Hmm. Hmm. Anyways, like
Mm.
let me note that for later. But I just couldn't find good enough qualities or good enough subs of it,
Mm.
like for me to watch and enjoy. So that's why I kind of when I stopped. Uh, Interesting that they're doing 2 movies as opposed to just a whole series. But okay. Um, I will say so. I saw the transformations, and I will say, uh, my only gripe, and this I think this came up. I'm not sure if it was if it was these movies in particular, or maybe it was like for another movie. So
Mm.
we see the transformation sequences, and it's just like I don't know. I feel like with all technology we have, you can make it prettier. I think a lot of people like were complaining about it. They're like they were like this just looks like exactly like the old transformation sequence. There's very little like it just looks it's just a newer animation style to it, but it looks verbatim the same. Um, when you guys are watching this video, the link the link to the article will be there. You can just like click the link and watch it for yourself. It's They're just like a side by side comparison. I just wish it looked a little bit, a little bit
Yeah.
prettier. Like I understand why people are complaining because it's like it is very like it
Very
looks
basic.
yeah, it's just what you would picture from the old one. They just do some like kind of they do some 3D explosions in there, especially for I think the only ones that look super stylized compared to most of them is like Venus,
Mm.
I would say. Cause like her stars like it's like 3D star explosion everywhere. So it's like it's all right. Like it's cute. I'm gonna shut up and enjoy it anyways when it comes out.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna watch it and love it.
yeah, I will. I just find it very interesting that they're doing a whole like they're just doing 2 movies as opposed to a whole series. I'm like, why is that? Do you think they just didn't get enough funding and they just have to like
I
do a
mean, I
movie?
think they're just doing something different. Like, they just, the same reason why Fate is doing movies of Camelot instead of a series or something, you know?
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, I feel like they can get away with it. They can get away with it only because most Sailor Moon, especially in the olden days, was just merely filler with some plot story. The only difference between that and so many other anime is that the filler was actually good. Um, but yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely
Cool.
looking forward in. And I believe that is all we have for our news. It is time to get to the juicy bits of this steak that we call a podcast and begin with our reviews, our weekly reviews, that is. And we are starting off with Golden Kamui. This time,
Did you watch the right episode, Drew, or are you another episode ahead of me?
Episode 3, season 3, episode 9.
Yes. Okay, so now I see what you're talking about.
Yes, which still is half my episode. Yeah, I think half my episode of the week. There's an obvious. I feel like there's an obvious one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but this one was, even after a week, I literally scanned my notes. And I was like, oh, that's what it was about. Yep.
Yeah, that plot twist at the end kind of like
that fucked me up.
Yeah.
Do you understand why I was emotional? At the end.
So it was a Surumi episode all along.
It was a Surumi episode all along. I'm like, y'all got me fucked up.
This was definitely, I think, the best episode of the season so far.
Oh my god, not even. Oof.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely give it episode of the week.
I'm trying not to like. I was like, I want to talk about it, but I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna get in my feelings when I talk about this.
I mean, so I like that we saw how Surumi was before he went kind of super psycho crazy. I like that it's believable. Like, yeah. I've always wondered, like, why is he this way? You know. Yeah. And now it just makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
And also just seeing him interact with, like, him having that history with Asipa's father.
I'm like, oh.
Brings it all full circle.
And the crazy part is they will never know. Well, they may know at some point, but they do not know.
They don't know now, and he does. So that's like another advantage he has on them. I wonder if he's going to use it against Asipa now. Maybe.
I mean, it could. Like, that's definitely an end. I don't think he's. I want to say I don't feel like he's about torturing children.
No, he definitely is.
Yeah, I want to say that, but it's like he's kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's kind of insane, so he definitely.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't. Yeah, no Asipa bullying, please.
Also, can I just say that Asipa's father is kind of crazy looking. Like, when he was shooting people, and he just had, like, that dead face on, I'm like, wow, this dude is fucking scary as shit.
Yes.
He has, like, a semi-smile, like, enigmatic face on him.
I mean, he's still kind of hot, but yes, I understand.
Yeah, he just creeps me out.
Yeah, definitely a little bit on the creeper scale. But yeah, that was just so cool learning about like just the interconnection of all their like past. It was really cool. Like, we get to learn how they learn Japanese. You know, how and why Kiroranke and Wilk went to Japan, and why what's her face stayed behind, Zoya.
I forget her name, but yes, old woman.
Yeah. So just also it was really weird. I forgot that this was a time period where they believe that divine monarchy is still like a thing.
I think that's just like a Russian thing, because Russia was like super backwards. I'm pretty sure like the rest of Europe was fine. Like, it was just like Russia.
I mean, it was the 1500s, so it's like
No, this is 1900s.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, no, Russia was just
Oh my
fucking
god,
backwards.
right,
As
you're
shit.
right, you're right, you're right, you're right. God, yeah, like late 1800s, early 1900s.
Hmm.
You're right. Everyone has definitely moved on from that.
Yeah, Russia's just crazy.
Yeah, no, that's per usual.
There was one scene, like the scene when unfortunately when the Tsurumi's wife dies and the kid and the little baby, and then, like you see him like it was like he was talking calmly to the group. He was like, "All right, you guys need to leave and get out of here, or whatever." And I'm like, "Wow, he's like not showing any emotion about his wife dying." And then it, like pans over his eyes, and they're just like bug eyed and everything. And then when he was like burning the house down, and he just takes off the glasses and walks away. Like that shot is so beautiful. Like seeing his like dead eyes.
Yeah.
That was great. I think that was my favorite shot of this whole series.
Yes, it's a beautiful scene watching
Yes.
your wife and baby die.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were gonna say the baby lived and then became like, I don't know,
Sugimoto.
the baby was asleep for all along. But no, baby's dead. Pretty sure the baby did not survive the bullet wound and the fire.
Wouldn't that be crazy if that was actually Sugimoto? And Sugimoto is Tsurumi's son, and Asifra was Wilkes.
You're trying to turn this in. You're trying to turn this into like a Spanish soap opera, right?
I know, basically. Yeah. So it was a lot of. So there was fun part. Like, yeah, this episode just had everything that I needed. You know, they had fun parts. They had drama / tragedy. They had really good action. Homeboy just took. See, this this is a thing that I use to take pictures. It also doubles as a machine gun.
Yes, it is also my machine gun that I carry around.
Yeah, it just was very.
It was
Boom,
great.
boom, boom.
Also, yeah, when the secret police showed up and they like pull him into the house and start beating the shit out of him, and he's like, "Who are you people? We're after that guy." That was a great scene too. Like, I don't know who you assassins are. We're after that.
No, we're just after the Japanese dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. Kill them all.
That was a super Tarantino moment right there.
Yes.
Like, that was straight out of a fucking like Pulp Fiction movie or something.
Yes, absolutely. And they're just like, oh, well, kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great episode.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. And then the fact that is it Sonia? Maybe Sonia. I'm gonna call her Sonia. I believe that's her name. But Sonia watching Sophia. It's Sophia. Yeah, just like you could see the horror on her face, knowing that she shot not only like the wife but also the baby that over time you saw her bond with.
Yeah, that was a great touch.
Oh,
like she was really going. She was pretty upset she killed that baby.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Because that's what I thought of. That's what I thought of when she saw that she shot the baby. I just thought of the scene where she's like, where you see her face starting to change at the sight, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's a baby now. I love this baby." Oh. Okay, I'm done talking about this.
Well, we got our feels out. The feels are out in the open now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to move on because I'm tearing up. So up next we have Tonikaku Kawaii. Yes, happiness.
You know what this whole week was? It was a mix of shows that were really depressing and then shows that were really lighthearted, like in between the depressing shows.
Yes, agree.
Like every show this week was either super depressing or super lighthearted. And this was more of the lighthearted end of the spectrum.
Once again, at the beginning, she's like, "Oh yes, I may or may not be 100 years old. Look at me knowing how to cook in a ceramic pot." Rice. I'm like,
Was that impressive? I don't cook in ceramic pots, but I just assumed.
I mean, honestly, I feel like isn't I feel like isn't it the same way you cook like a normal pot?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like the application of heat might be different. Who
Mm,
knows? Because it's ceramic. I don't think our pots are ceramic.
yeah, good point. My pots are
Um.
metal. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she also has a weird thing about tonkatsu, which is oddly charming. I love that she's really weird about certain things.
Same, and I love that she was specifically weird about tonkatsu because I fucking love tonkatsu. And as soon as I saw her make it, I'm like, damn, I really want some tonkatsu. But
That sounds
it was
really
like at
good.
10 o'clock at night, so I was like, damn,
Yeah, not
I
happening.
can't order it right now.
And then and we see this episode they also continue to lean into the lewd jokes.
hmm
I'm sure you appreciated.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Kaname because she's perfect for the show. She gives the
Mm,
show its lewdness that it
I mean,
needs.
I wasn't talking about Kaname. I was talking about like, well, her too,
Mm.
but also like the lewd tongue joke.
Oh yeah, the tongue joke was good too. I want you to be my
Exactly.
personal tongue.
I was like, ooh, oh, sorry.
Bless you.
Oh, sorry about that. But yeah. The apartment hunting scene, that felt very relatable somehow.
It did only because I remember going apartment hunting with my friends, and we definitely didn't go to an apartment that was like super fancy like that. But I did like the YouTuber joke because that's fucking hilarious. I wish I could afford living in a house like that.
Right? Like, yeah, YouTubers, yeah, I
I
know.
bet YouTubers live. Yeah, maybe fucking Logan Paul lives there.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, them going apartment hunting was cute. Like they just did a bunch of like random cute activities. Like even the date at the end was pretty adorable. Like I think they laid it on a bit too thick though. Like it was like at a certain point I was like, all right, this is getting too sweet and cute.
Girl. Okay, so I need you to go to the Tonikaku Kawaii, like on any chart, and I need you to read one of those tags. That may clear up the confusion.
What romance?
Wow! What?
No, but it's
Romance in a
too.
romance anime.
No, it's not even just romance. It's like just so sugary, sweet perfection. Like you know what I mean. It was like it got to be too much at a certain point. Like when he hugged her from behind and they just like hugged and embraced each other.
First of all, he was like, I thought you would like that because it definitely started.
Oh no, it was cute. It was cute.
It was a full,
yeah,
full on grope.
I thought she was gonna mention that he was groping her. But yeah, no. I don't know. It felt too much. Maybe I'm just jealous. I don't fucking know.
Maybe I'm like,
damn, your relationship was too perfect.
Like, I thought it was a really cute touch that she's like, "Oh my god, don't kiss me because I ate a garlic bun and I'm insecure." And I'm like, and then they just end up hugging and they're just like all over each other. I'm like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
It was sweet. It was too sweet. It was too sweet.
Oh my god!
It's like I wanted a Snickers and somebody gave me a fucking Cinnabon. You know.
I don't know. I think it's a you thing. I
Maybe
think it's a you thing.
Maybe
because like I don't know. It's like a romance anime. Like that comes with the territory.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but yeah, that's not like it's. I don't know. It's weird that you're like surprised about it. That's like a weird.
Well, I'm not surprised by it. I'm just saying it was too much for a certain point.
Oh, okay.
Listen, it's just me being me.
Yes, it is very much you being you.
Listen, I don't want to hear it. We're gonna get to you're like this, but with fucking DanMachi. So.
No, okay, that is definitely not the same.
It is. Just replace.
It's not. No. One
You're just
one is about
other things.
One is about quality. Yours is about like.
No, your nitpicks are like, I wish Belle was like slightly more of this and not of that. No.
First of all, bitch, when was the last time I even complained about that?
Yeah, last week. Listen, we'll get to DanMachi when we get to.
Well, that's because Ice was there. That doesn't count. Complaining about Ice is a given.
We'll get to DanMachi when we get to DanMachi. For now, I just want to say it was an overly cute episode.
Yeah. Also, I loved watching Kaname and Tsukasa.
That was the best part for me, like seeing them interact with each other.
Yeah, the Iron Man joke was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing I had to. Well, another thing before I mention the other thing.
Mm.
The mom still the best. Love her. She's actual goals for when
Mm-hmm.
I'm a parent. But and this is where I feel like I'm about to get some slack. I feel like there's something awkward about Tsukasa's talking animation sometimes.
In what sense?
Like when she says something, like when she'll speak, it's like she'll move her mouth, but like the rest of her face is like kind of just it's like almost deadpanned when she's like delivering lines. Like
I've
it
not
just kind of
noticed it.
stands there. Yeah, I'll definitely show it to you. I wish I saved the spot where I saw it, but there's one scene in particular where she's just like like she's talking to her husband and it's just like almost deadpan. And I'm just like, why wait, why does she look like that? Why does she look like she's not interested in her own date?
You sure it's not just her like facial expression?
Or lack of.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
the
for
lack
it.
of facial. Yes, so she doesn't really make a facial. She was giving me ice.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
She was giving
whoa,
she was
whoa, whoa,
she was
whoa,
giving me
whoa.
ice. Not that bad, but she was getting there. She was getting there. It was getting there. It was like, ugh.
Nah,
Like
she has infinitely more emotion than Ice does. But I get what you mean when you say like her facial expressions aren't the most expressive, but it's fine because she is funny and cute.
Yeah, no, it's just a little thing for me to pick at. It's something that I know. I felt like I kind of saw it, but I didn't really like something was nagging me. But then this episode, there was a scene where they bluntly were just like, "We're just gonna move her mouth." That's it. The rest of her just gonna be emotional. Well, not emotional. It's just static, and we're just gonna move her mouth. I'm like, okay.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
All
Fair
right. That's
enough.
all. That's all I have to say about Tonikaku Kawaii. Do you have anything else to add?
Nope, just a cute
All
little
right.
episode.
All right, then let's move on to DanMachi season 3, episode 10.
Oh, look, Drew, now that Danmachi and Attack on Titan are airing on the same season again, you can compare the two.
I won't.
How was this episode compared to the first episode? I can't tell
Nope. Nope. Nope.
But yeah, no, this episode, I enjoyed it.
It was fine.
It was. I'm glad we got a little bit of the secretary girl with the glasses. I forgot her name. Is it Ellie or something?
It's Aina.
Ayla, yeah.
Aina.
Aina, she's cute. I like her. We hardly ever see her, so I'm glad that she got to show a bit of her personality.
I'm just shocked that you're like saying that you're into girl with glasses.
Well, I'm more into her personality because she's so over the top and like crazy sometimes, like she was in this episode.
Yeah, that's right. I did enjoy her storming out. They're like, "Well, I'm still work," and she's like, "If you guys can't get your shit together just because one person leaves, this whole system's fucked. How about this bitch?" I was like, "Yes."
She runs into Hermes in the street, and Hermes like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? The fuck you just say to me, Lord Hermes?" Oh, yeah, no, that was cute.
That was yeah, the plan starts. It's like things start getting points of motion, but like nothing too crazy happens.
I feel like that happens a
Which is
lot with
weird.
Danmachi, where things get set into motion and then nothing crazy
Exactly.
happens.
I mean, it's like I think I'm at that point where I accept a certain quality about it, which is why I'm not mad. Like if if this is like a good anime, they would actually just dive into things, but for some reason we had to focus on Lily tricking everyone for.
Hey, look, but Lily did something good. You should praise Lily.
You're right. No, but but yeah, there's like stuff happened, but it didn't happen, which was my problem with this episode if I had to pick a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't like my expectations have been set. So I'm like, for DanMachi, it's fine.
I think my issue is I don't know, and I'm gonna bring it back to Ice. I like, why is Ice just like? I know she's supposed to be following Belle, but it just feels awkward that she's just standing there looking at Belle,
And he's looking back at her,
and he's just looking. Yeah, and they're just not doing anything. I feel like, from a narrative, like storytelling standpoint, maybe have them like do something, like have them fight. Yeah, like interact. I'm pretty sure there's a lot that Eyes has to say to Belle about all this stuff going on, and Belle wants to say, or they could just fight each other.
They're just going to spend 2 episodes just awkwardly looking.
Yeah, they don't. They could do stuff besides just look at each other.
Girl, I'm over it.
That's kind of weird. But I do like that the monsters are making their escape and they have the little plan. Kind of mad that Tione is the one at the end who just like, oh, I guess I gotta fight Weenie. I'm like, no, don't pick my favorite girl. Don't make my favorite girl into a bad guy.
Don't worry, she's gonna be saved by someone at some point.
I know, but still, I don't want to see her be bad. And yeah, no, there's not much to say about this episode.
Yeah.
I imagine next episode we're gonna get some fighting going on.
I sure hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moving on to Higurashi no Naku Koro ni Go, episode 10.
No, you're skipping something.
You're right. I did skip something. Kami-sama ni Natta Hi, episode... Excuse me, 9.
Yeah, you're skipping from one depressing show to another depressing show.
I know. So in this one, yeah,
I didn't like this episode. I'm just gonna say it. Leave your hate comments down below, but I didn't like this episode at all.
So I'm not gonna go super in detail, only because it's part of the conversation I want to have for the filler arc.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is that I didn't hate it. I didn't hate this episode. You know, at some point the sad stuff had to come out.
I mean, but did it make you feel sad? Like compare it to wait,
to wait, don't because that's my filler arc.
Fine. Well, how in depth am I allowed to go with this then?
You just can't compare it to what you're definitely about to compare it to.
Okay, fine. I will say the thing I don't like about this episode is that it had a lot of potential with this whole mystery aspect. Like, oh, is Hina really a god? Like, I wanted it to be more supernatural. You know, like, oh, is the world gonna end? Why is the world ending? Etc. Etc.
Yeah, I feel like the mystery was like not.
It didn't
hit.
So yeah, like, oh, it was actually just secret Illuminati dudes and computers. Like, I feel like it would have hit a lot harder if the world was actually ending and the whole plot was like, what you do in the last week of your life or something like that. Not just, oh, well, actually, Hina is a computer and she's gonna die. And it was only about her dying and not the whole world ending. It just feels like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, like, and it doesn't even have to be like the apocalypse, like in like a meteor or anything like crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fine even with it was like, oh, because it would have been something like, oh, because they're after her and them going after her causes like a chain of events that she ends up using her super computational abilities to like do something crazy, like I don't know, like just tank the stock markets or nuclear codes or the general like onslaught of information that causes a world war to happen. Something like that, I'd be fine with. But if it's just like her, I'm just like.
Also, it felt really rushed to me. Like, this was a super fast paced episode. I just feel like they wanted to get, like, here's the backstory for the other kid. Now, quick, we got to get the plot moving with Hina.
Yeah, now we have to see we have to reveal who she is and how she works.
I didn't feel like that ending scene was deserved. The whole "I love you, Hina." Like, I felt like it was too early for that. Even though they did just have a big bonding episode last week.
Yeah, no,
because it didn't hit me emotionally. I was just kind of like, it didn't hit me as hard as it should have hit me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just because I felt like this episode was just very all over the place. Like, this is the opposite.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
This is the opposite of DanMachi, but in like the bad way. Like DanMachi felt like nothing happened really, and in this one I felt like everything happened. But
pretty much,
it was just too much of everything.
Also, I didn't like Hina. I don't think that would be what like Hina's reaction to the. Hina felt super out of character at the end of this episode. Like, she's just like, oh well, time for me to go. Like, no, Hina's supposed to be a spoiled bratty girl. She's selfish and obnoxious to an extent. Well, she would just be like, nope, none I could do. Bye, people. Later.
She wouldn't bother struggling if she thought there's a way out. But as you know, she has a super computational brain, so she just probably like put two and two together and like,
yeah. But even though she does have a super computational brain, she doesn't like. She's not like emotionless. Like, she would still be bratty about it.
Yeah, she's very like, how she has those like funny moments where she's like for example in Uno where she was talking very like godlike. It's like, oh, I'm speaking like a god. That's what it felt like this episode, but without the humor.
Yeah, it's like she went from being Hina to being like Yuki from Haruhi in that set. Like, she's just like, I'm just a cold machine now. I don't know. I didn't feel it. Like, I would think she would react with more emotion than that. So I don't know. It just felt kind of out of character, and things were too rushed for this episode. But I guess we'll go into more detail in the filler arc.
Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, so it was very okay, and as we will discuss later on, we'll go into more detail as to why we feel that way. Although I will say I'm very happy that me and Oni already in the direction, but you know what? My expectations only when it comes to stuff like this is pretty on the money, so
Yay.
I'm not surprised. See, look at me praising him.
I'm being praised.
All right, you know who does need to be praised? Satoko.
Oh boy.
Now it is time for episode 10 of Higurashi no Naku Koro ni Go. So Keiichi has another flashback, and it shows him just straight up offing Teifei. Which I kind of wish he would just do in general.
Well, now that he had the flashback, it makes me think that that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, it'd be really cool if it did.
It would be, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think what is gonna happen is I think he's still gonna die, just in a different way.
Yeah, definitely a different way, but he's still gonna die. One glaring thing, which I forgot this happened in the original. I'm pretty sure it happened in the original. Like, Oishi all of a sudden is like an asshole. Like, he's like a bad guy at this time.
He wasn't very nice.
Yeah, to the point where they're like implying that he's like part of Oyashiro's curse. Which I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. I had to see the original episode to compare.
I don't remember him being that prevalent in the original, but maybe I'm just like...
Yeah, but no, he was definitely... I remember there's an arc where he was like not a nice person. For just some reason.
Maybe it was this arc.
Yeah. And then... Well, a lot of the episode was basically listing down the foundation of Satoko's abuse. How the abuse that Satoko and Satoshi went through, mother and father dying, the aunt and uncle abusing them. They eventually leave and then they come back.
Yeah, Well,
Yeah.
the aunt and uncle. The aunt gets killed,
Oh, the aunt gets
and
killed.
then the uncle leaves, and now he's back.
Okay. Damn, looks like Yashiro's curse wasn't that strong, huh?
Nope. I did feel like this arc did do a better job of like really making me feel it for Satoko. Like her breakdown at the end was fucking really hard to watch.
They did it. They did a lot better job. Like they were like, yeah, we're giving it all. You want throw up? We're giving you throw up. You want the throw up / snot coming out the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually, I feel like before I'd just be like, ugh, and then you see like a little bit of like drool or something. Like in most anime, that's what you would see. But this one, they were like, nope. Even after she throw up, you can still see leftover throw up on her face, and she's like freaking out.
Yeah, and her like crying and like freaking out and throwing chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
There was that. Also, just looking at Rika through this whole episode was depressing because Rika's clearly just like sad and like curled into a ball half the time and fucking.
She's like, oh hell, we're going through this one.
Yeah, like
again.
Like you could tell this is like Rika's least favorite time loop.
Yeah.
Like fuck, can we just get another previous time? Can we get the Shion time loop again?
She's like, can I just, off myself and go to the next one?
Mm-hmm. I wish she got one. Like, if I woke up and I figured that was the time loop, I'd be like, well, time to kill myself. Wait, try again next time. I think that there's a few differences in this arc, though, because I don't remember... I don't remember the teacher doing anything in the original.
But she didn't really do anything.
Well, she showed up at the house and was like, hey, what's going on here?
So he's like, she's sick. Fuck off.
Well, maybe she'll play a role. Maybe she'll kill Tepe. Who knows? But she at least was doing something. And I don't remember Satoko. Maybe it did happen in the original. But did Satoko call her, like, make the false report to the Child Protective Services the first time around?
That I don't remember. Yeah,
if someone remembers, let me know in the comments because I don't remember if that's like a new element for this series or if Satoko also filed the false report in the original. Because it does explain why the Child Protective Service isn't taking her seriously.
Yeah. So it's a proper plot, which that's what I expect from Higurashi. So.
Yeah. Very good episode. It was almost my episode of the week. Almost.
Almost. So does that mean what we're talking about next is going to be your favorite?
Sure.
Was that it? Yes. The next episode of Strike Witches. Yeah,
that's
Strike Witches. Season 9, The Road to Berlin.
Season 9.
Season 9, Episode 9. Oh God, I would never.
Strike Witches forever.
That's the name of Season 9.
They're still trying to take Berlin. The Road to Berlin. Road to Berlin 3.
Berlin 2 Electro Boogaloo.
I forgot Mina. I always forget Mina exists. I'm like, oh, we did everyone's episode already. I'm like, oh no, we didn't do Mina's episode. So yeah, it's Mina's episode.
I'm not gonna lie, this could have been my episode of the week if they just killed her.
Wow, meanie.
No, I mean there's nothing wrong with her. This is an impactful episode.
Nah, they're not. I'll give you a hint, Drew. No one's gonna die in Strike Witches.
I know. It just would have been really
they're gonna
epic
kill
and
off
awesome.
their characters.
That would have been so cool.
She got her own intro or her own insert song and shit while she was going.
Exactly. It was like the scene was so like yes. I'm like, oh my God, like it's setting up as if she's about to die. I'm like. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh my God, please just die. Just die. And the emotional investment I have will actually pay off. And
the payoff was them all losing their clothes
at the end. Yeah.
Take the super serious moment of like them bringing back a fallen comrade and then just end it with them all getting their clothes dissolved in magic clothes dissolving liquid. At least we got Ursula. I forgot Erica has a sister.
I did like that. I liked Ursula.
Ursula was cute.
Yeah.
I do
Very
like
funny.
Mina's storyline where she's like really old, so she's like always on the verge of. And by really old, I mean like she's in her early 20s. She's on the verge of losing her witch powers because you lose them when you get to a certain age. So I did like they were exploring that a bit, where she's like, "I want to capture my homeland before I have to retire," and they were always on the cusp of, is she losing her powers? Is today the day she loses her powers? Like, it's interesting. For Strike Witches, as far as character development goes, it's an interesting psychological aspect to a character.
Wow, you are doing the most right now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just like I really. I don't know. It's like I'm conflicted. It's like I like the ecchi moments, but also it's like, man, this is a whole series about war, and like no one's dying.
Patton almost died. There's a lot of almost deaths this episode.
Yeah, but no deaths. So I don't care. It makes me.
You say it's a series about war. I say it's a series about panty shots. Tomato.
Not yes. Tomato and goldfish, the snack. But yeah, but all that. Regardless, I enjoyed it somewhat.
Same. I just, it's a fun show to watch. I don't have to think too hard about it.
Yeah, same. Me neither. There. All right. So let's move on to what would be the final episode of the night if a certain other thing didn't come up. Fire Force Season 2, Episode 23.
Oh my god, next week is the last episode. It's crazy.
Oh my god, yes. So yes, for a brief reprieve of not watching an anime after next week. Thank you, Jesus.
Saved.
Thank you, Jesus.
Finally the Tamaki episode. The Tamaki buff.
Yeah.
Alright, Drew. Don't sound so excited about Tamaki.
I don't know, I feel like this episode is this episode just reeked of filler.
What? Oh, you're such a hater.
It just reeked of filler.
It reeked of filler because it was a trading arc?
It just, Tamaki played a game of tags. I liked.
She got, and you got her backstory, which albeit wasn't very
compelling.
It wasn't super. You don't need a super depressing backstory. I'm glad that her backstory was just she got powers, and that
I just feel bad that we found out that she's third generation. I'm like, wow, you're third gen and you suck this hard.
Yeah, she's strong now. She did a whole fucking Rasengan. She turned into a nine-tailed fox and did a Rasengan. Look at that. She's on Naruto.
I feel like yeah, Naruto from like the tuning exam. and that's
better than what she was before.
And that's my whole problem. I'm just like, I think she needs more. I want her to get more. It's not. Yeah, I'm not mad because
I think it's a cool power up. I think it's a cool power up that she got. I just hope that she uses it and it comes in handy. Like if in the next fight, if she starts flying all over the place because she's the fastest character now, and then fucking throws Rasengans.
She's gonna be like, yes, I can be all these. I can be all these nobodies and infernos, but when it comes to a new character, she's gonna get her shit rocked.
I don't know. Fire Force tends to be good at giving the side characters some spotlight.
Yeah, because the rest of them are good, but Tamaki's Tamaki.
Tamaki's better than most of them. She's still better than, technically she's stronger than Ogi.
Who?
The captain.
Oh, yeah, cool. You're right. Congratulations.
And he has plenty of scenes where he just punches people in the face and wins. So I'm just saying Tamaki has the firepower to actually do something. I just
want the anime to acknowledge that and let her do some work.
Well, she hopefully will. We'll see in season 3.
That's what I'm saying. I doubt it. That's what I'm just like. I doubt it's going to happen. I'm not saying that she's weak. Well, they're only going to make her strong. I'm going to believe. How do I say this, Oni? I'm going to believe the show over you because they're the ones who are actually have the content, not you. You can make all these.
Well, what's your argument then, that she's not strong.
She is as strong as this anime makes her. That is my
Okay,
argument.
but how do you feel about her power up that she just got?
I feel like it kind of was like a slight Naruto ripoff. Cause that's what it looked like. It looked like a Two Tails doing the Rasengan.
In their defense, that was the coolest part of Naruto, so I'll give him a pass.
And also, I wish her power wasn't just based on her being fast. Because once again, it's one of those things where it's just like, wow, she has power where she scampers around, but yet she's always getting smacked up at some point. You would think at the very least give her good agility.
She does have good agility.
Really? That
was the whole thing that she was doing this episode, where she was like jumping around. And by the way, the animation this episode was great, where her flying around.
Yeah, and the twin.
Listen, I can't speak toward the future episodes because I haven't read the manga or anything, but I'm just saying, as far as Fire Force goes, I'm glad that they at least Drew's just a hater, but I'm glad that they at least gave Tamaki spotlight and that she got a power up. That's more than you could say for like 90% of other shonens out there.
Well, first of all, it's not. She's just she just is exuding Sakura energy as of right now. I will accept that they give a shit about her and actually care about her when she actually wins a fight.
Well, it depends.
Not a training arc.
She's not going to be. I don't think she's going to be powerful. That's my argument. Is not that she's now going to be Erza from.
I just need her to win.
She'll probably end up fighting against a scrub dude from random evangelist guy or whatever. But like, it's not. I don't need her to be powerful. I just need her to be relevant, and she's relevant, so I'm happy with.
Yeah, I need her to be. If you don't want to make her powerful enough to win, at least make her super useful. Besides her just saying "La Tome," like that's all I want.
And I think they did a good job of that because now she's at least powerful. She looks at least powerful enough to handle the scrubs in the evangelist ranks. You know.
I hope so.
Plus, they kept her whole shtick intact with the lucky lecture thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was cute, so I don't care. Drew can be a hater all
year. Clearly, yeah. That's clearly the main thing. I'm here saying I want her to get her recognition. You're like, oh, we just got.
I want to know. You're not saying that. You're saying this is filler. It doesn't matter. And she's Sakura 2.0.
Yes, because I know it's going to happen because it happens every time.
I'm here saying I like that they gave her an episode where she got a power up and she was cute.
They gave Sakura an episode where she got a power up.
I can't believe I can't believe you, Drew. All right. I can't wait. Oh man, I'm gonna start comparing all your favorite guys. When's the next season of Cardcaptor Sakura? We're gonna compare Sakura to Sakura all day.
That doesn't make any sense.
They're both named Sakura. Comparison number one. Comparison number one.
That's it. That's literally where it ends. That's literally where the comparison ends.
No, they both get power ups. Listen, by virtue of the fact that she's at least interesting, Tamaki has already far exceeded anything Sakura has ever done in Naruto. Because Sakura in Naruto was an actual detriment to the story, whereas Tamaki...
I think later on, she basically just became like mini Tsunade, which is still like good to have. I'm not saying she's like super relevant or anything, but I would say she was no.
Listen, if for 200 episodes you are actually hurting the story and people hate you, and then for the last 200 or whatever you're just tolerable, I think that's a net negative on your character. I think Tamaki.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with Sakura.
Listen, stop defending
for anyone.
Stop standing for Sakura, Drew.
Okay. No.
I think Tamaki is at least a fun. She's a joke character at the end of the day, so I'm just glad she had her moment of shine, and I will not let you take it away from her.
All right, here, enjoy your episode. I guess.
And I did. More Tamaki, please.
Moving on to our final anime of the night, our newest anime to line up, Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 1.
Which is my episode of the week.
My other half.
Looking forward to saying that all the time, every fucking week.
Yeah, get used to that, guys. Attack on Titan, my episode of the week. A phrase that you're going to be hearing a lot from at least one of us.
So
Hmm.
I don't know where to start with this episode because first off, opening was insane. I love that. That might be my favorite opening so far. Like as much as I love the first opening, I don't know. Just like even though it's like it's not a coherent song or anything, it just feels chaotic and energetic, and the visuals are amazing.
It's really just first of all, of course you like that. You not only being a super edge boy.
Yes, I love being a super edge
It
boy.
was literally just people getting blown up, birds falling out the sky, dying.
But it
Like
was so beautifully colored and shit. It was nice. It's cute.
the bird falling out the sky was actually well colored. You're right.
But we get introduced to like this new cast of characters who are Eldians who work for the Marley military, which I think is an interesting way to start off the season because I was definitely expecting to see Eren, and there was no Eren this episode.
None whatsoever. But to be fair, Attack on Titan, there's a lot of no Eren in general.
Which is fine because sometimes Eren can be a bit too much.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, my favorite character is the I forget her name.
Gabi.
Gabi. Yep, Gabi was great.
Yep. Gabi is indeed. Yeah, she's amazing. I really thought she was gonna die.
Same. I'm like when she was like running from the guy shooting her with a machine gun. I'm like, oh well, time for her to die. Because she was all boastful about it. She was like, I did it. I blew up the train. No. I'm like, oh, she's dead.
She was like, oh shit. that was great. Also, you find out that this is set in the. And correct me if I'm wrong. Is it set in the future or past? So are we still in the past or future?
In terms of what? Like we're in. I mean, I think there was like a 5-year time skip at the end of at the end of the last season.
Okay. So I had to go back and watch that because I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's why they all have beards and shit.
yeah, because like Reiner's like
Reiner's super hot. I got it.
Yes. Yeah. No, he is also hot. Also very dead apparently.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Is Reiner dead?
Like they made him so hot just to kill him.
I'm like, oh no, he was so cool this episode.
I'm actually upset. So hot yet so dead.
Oh, I mean, I guess they foreshadowed it because they kept talking about like, oh, you're the successor to the Armored Titan. Aren't you ready to take the Armored Titan's title?
Armored Titan.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. I like that this episode showed how it did a good job of showing like how shitty the Eldians are treated. Like not only by the Marleyans where they keep like treating them like shit, like yeah, you guys go suicide bomb the enemy line.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like when you're talking to the guy who's talking, you're like, all right, suicide bomb squad, you go over there, and they're like throwing them out of planes and shit and killing them. So not only by them, but also by like even the enemies. Like when one of them is healing the captured soldier,
Falco, the quote unquote main character, Falco, the blonde, what's his name, Eren.
Mm-hmm. He just starts healing him up, and then the guy's like in another language, like, "No, don't touch me, you evil devil spawn."
And meanwhile, this other dude is being such an asshole. He's like, ugh, why can these Eldians take a bullet for me?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy.
He reminded me of what's his name? Gordolf. Oh, but like from Apocrypha, like but with the homunculi. But I did like that they showed that, which makes me think like, why are we fighting? Like, why bother fighting for them again? Like, it's just a really shitty scenario. Like, do you honestly think that if you fight and die for these people, they're gonna like, oh yes, we will honor our word and give you liberation, free your people? Like, no, they're shitty to you and they constantly throw you in harm's way.
Yeah,
and you hold all the power because you're all fucking Titans. I don't know. The rebellious spirit in me is just like, why don't you guys just like turn the Titans and kill them all?
Yeah, but I don't think we can do that.
I mean, only because the other actual Titans are stupid, like Reiner and the Beast Titan.
Say it again.
Reiner and the Beast Titan are fucking stupid.
Why are they stupid?
Because they fight for the Marleyan government.
Oh, I feel like they may not. I feel like they may or may not feel like they have a choice.
Listen, if you can transform into like 100-foot tall Titan, you always have a choice. Also, it isn't the Beast Titan. I already forgot his name. He's the one who betrayed Aaron's father to begin with. So I have no sympathy for him.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah, he a bit of a dodo brain.
So yeah, if anything, I feel like people like him would get in the way of the Titans trying to liberate themselves. But other than that, I don't see how Marley is gonna keep them in line if they just all decide to fucking transform into Titans and run amok.
Yeah, but I don't think they all can. I don't think they naturally know how.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, like
some...
of the ones that are like the 8 or whatever that they have, like the Beast Titan and the Armor
Oh,
Titan.
but you know they have like you know they have whatchamacallit. They have I think they have protocols in case.
Maybe we did see the weapons. Apparently, the other thing I did like about themselves because apparently they show that Titans aren't as invincible as we think they are.
Yeah, no, they're not as invincible. No,
because they were getting shredded to death in the
yeah.
even Reiner was getting like, well, he died maybe, but he was totally getting ripped apart even before that. So yeah, Titans aren't really much of a threat. Like, or at least I think one of them makes a passing comment where it's like Titans aren't as much of a, they're not like the nuclear weapons that they're supposed to be anymore. Like all these other countries now have answers to dealing with Titans.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, and if the opposing side can deal with Titans, you know, home base can deal with Titan, like in some shape or form.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
They're able to subjugate them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure like even Homeboy said, "Yep, all this stuff is happening because we lost." Like dot. So you know, losing is a thing.
Damn, I know Gabi's gonna be. She's gonna end up being a bad person though. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, but I think that will. I'm looking forward to see what happens with like the younger ones because I feel like they're like it's weird. They're like the new scouts, the new cadets. See?
Yeah, the cadets of the other side.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them are gonna die really quickly.
Yep.
And the ones that don't die are gonna be evil, so that's gonna be fun.
And you know, I'm here to watch it all the same.
Oh, Gabi's gonna kill Falco. I'm calling that now.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, we actually want him to do it," and then she's like, "Fuck that," and just like stabs him.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just calling that now.
Either that, or she gets killed by someone else, because I don't know, some shit's gonna go down between the two of them.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And I can't wait. So yeah, cannot wait for next episode. I love this series. Oh,
same.
so
Super
much.
Hyped.
So fucking good. I feel like this is the Code Geass of the last decade.
This is the Code Geass of our generation.
Not our generation. The last decade.
Speaking of which, Code Geass is getting a new anime, I think. But anyway.
Yeah. Or anime or movie?
Is it a movie? I thought it was an anime. It's getting a gacha game too, I think.
It is. It is getting a new gacha game. That I've heard of. Which I will not be playing because
I might check it out.
Let me know how it is so I cannot play it. I cannot spend any more. Okay, so time for the filler arc, and for this week, what Oni almost spoiled for us. I want to take it back to Kami-sama, and just to preface it before we begin the topics. Before we can begin the topic. So lately, I've been feeling like Kami-sama as a whole. I don't dislike it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cute. It's very whatever. I just feel like personally, it doesn't quite match up to the impact that Angel Beats or Clannad had.
Yeah.
And I want to along with you, Oni, delve into that discussion as to why. And I have one I think I have one pretty good reason I could say
Mm-hmm.
is that this episode, I'm sorry, this series, it doesn't focus on the other characters as much.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And
That's
yes,
true.
and in Clannad, like they would dedicate arcs to all their characters, but it's a just a big longer anime, and so that's kind of not that's kind at first glance that's not fair to compare the two because this is just 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, Angel Beats, I believe, was just one season with like 12 or 13 episodes.
Yeah, I did a bad job of this.
Exactly. They went around to each episode.
Yeah,
So
like I said in the beginning, remember I was saying when we first started, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see all the tragic past for the parents and the
yeah.
sister or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nah, everyone is pretty much just a regular person. Like the most tragic backstory we got was Izanami and her father, and that was it. And that honestly was probably one of the better episodes. But other than that, it's just been like,
Yeah.
we're just regular people and we're just chilling. And I feel like it's because it's missing that tragic element.
Yeah, like every time something sad happens, Hina just like shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's just expressionless. It's just like, girl, this is about you. I need you to show something. I know she was in the conversation about her with her dog, but she was very just like stone cold, like as she was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't come for you." I mean, I still like the episode because it's more impactful for Yoda, but it's like that's still your dad, so it's like that would have been nice if she
Mm-hmm.
felt something about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of missed opportunities too. Because I think the other issue with it is there is a there's not mystery to it. Like with Clonad
Yeah.
and Angel Beats, especially Angel Beats, there was like this
Yes.
whole mystery
The
about what's
aspect
happening.
that
And
eventually, when you find out, it makes it sad and depressed.
yeah, like the twist to Angel Beats is super fucking great and depressing at the same time.
Right?
So
Exactly.
compared that twist compared to this twist isn't really anywhere near the same level of surprise and tragedy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a mixture of those things. Not as great characters. The twist isn't that great. A lot of wasted potential because it doesn't have that supernatural element. It's just kind
Yeah,
of like
it kind of just
computers.
like quickly made like went through episodes, which were funny of how
Mm.
like he builds his little like gang, and then after they have the gang, they have like episodes where they're just kind of just fucking around.
Like I
Which
said,
is
it's
like,
funny because it works better as a comedy like, and then it does as
yes,
a drama.
yes. I usually don't agree with Oni on this in like that aspect, but in this case, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% believe this is like when it's funny, it is funny. When
Mm-hmm.
they start doing the drama stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
Also, if they are going to bring out all the sad wham wham feels, specifically about this tech dude, could have done it sooner.
Yeah, this felt rushed. Like they all just brought it all out at once in this episode.
Like you could have started like you could have been like all those things where he was like freaking out, being like, "I have to do better, I have to do better," or else they want to. They could have started doing him like seeping those lines of dialogue in to the
Mm-hmm.
past
Yeah, like
episodes,
actually build
and
up
then
to
this
it.
episode do the actual flashback, which explains why he's like this. But they did everything at once, so it's just like, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of hope that they it's hard to say
I
that
can't,
this
I
is
can't
gonna.
see them coming. I really don't see how they can come back from that.
I want to say,
honestly.
like, if anyone could, it's Jun Maeda, but I don't think he can because I feel like at this point they've done so much already. You can't just like, yeah, you're right. You can't come back from this
unless there's like another plot twist that just snatches us all up and
it's actually a sequel to Angel Beats.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be something amazing to just knock me off my feet. I mean, they can do it. It's 3 more episodes.
Yeah, it can happen, but even then, it would just probably be like, it'd be one of those things where it's just like, this one episode was super sad, you know what I mean? Or just like the Hina story was sad. The show as a whole wouldn't have been as impactful as Angel Beats or like Clannad or Anohana or something like that.
Yeah, so yeah, there's just that was a thing. The lack of connections, I would say, is a thing. Like you said, the Yoda confessing to Hina, it felt like the connections just between the people aren't there.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job of building those up.
Like it just shows like, oh, here's the introductory episode that, especially with the dude with Ashura. That was super out of place and made no sense. So yeah, that was very weird. Very weird.
Hopefully the last few episodes are at least even if they're not the most amazing things ever, you know, at least they'll continue to be good.
Yes, I have hope. I have hope indeed. Just like I hope that Oni will once again take us away in such a beautiful manner. As always, Oni, be so kind.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch all the episodes as they go up weekly. If you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party in our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you want, you can even donate to us on Patreon or become a member by clicking that join button down below and become like one of these beautiful people on screen right now who make the stuff we do on this channel possible. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
So, Reiner is he's the armor titan, right?
Yep.
So just between us two, you think it's metal down there too?
It's also probably like super fleshy because he has like really bulging flesh all over underneath his metal. So either way,
I'll take it.
With that image in our minds, this has been Silveroni and
Juvie Doo.
And we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.